Buying a home in Detroit is exciting, full of possibilities, and let's be real, it's kind of overwhelming. One wrong move could cost you time, money, or even the perfect home. Whether you're relocating to the city, buying your first place, or upgrading to something bigger, these are the top three mistakes I see buyers make all the time in Detroit. And today, I'm showing you how to avoid them. If we haven't met yet, I'm Tegest Walker, a Detroit realtor, and I help buyers like you navigate this market every single day. By the end of this video, you'll have the insight you need to shop smarter, avoid the drama, and feel confident about your next move. First mistake I see people make is falling in love with the aesthetic and not the area. You walk into a home and it's gorgeous. The staging is on point, the kitchen has a waterfall island, and you're already mentally moving in. But here's the thing, loving the house doesn't mean it's the right fit if you haven't checked out the neighborhood. Detroit is made up of distinct block by block communities. One street might be beautifully restored and the next might still be under development or have vacant properties. But here's how to avoid this mistake. Visit the area at different times of day. So morning, evening, and even weekends. Use tools like Google Street, but don't stop there. Actually go by and drive the neighborhood. And yes, talk to the people, the neighbors, the shop owners, or anyone nearby. You're not just buying a home, you're buying into a community. The second thing people underestimate is the cost of renovations and overestimating your HGTV skills. So raise your hand if you've ever watched a renovation show and thought, oh, that doesn't look too hard. I can just do a DIY project. It'll be fun for the weekend. Trust me, some DIY projects are cool, but listen, sometimes you might get into the trenches and it's a little bit harder than what you thought it would be. Detroit has a ton of beautiful older homes and they can be great investments, but many buyers fall into the trap of underestimating how much work and money renovations actually take. Maybe this listing says, oh, it just needs a little TLC, but here's what it can actually really mean. Old knob and tube wiring, outdated plumbing, uninsulated walls or windows, foundation issues. Oh, and let's not forget permits, contractors, and time. Renovating a 100-year-old home in Detroit can cost tens of thousands of dollars more than you might expect, especially if you're not experienced or don't have a trusted contractor. So, how do you protect yourself? Get a thorough inspection, even on move-in ready homes, and ask your agent, oh, someone like myself, for red flags before you fall in love. Know the difference between a cosmetic fixer and a money pit. And listen, if a home inspires you, great, but make sure your budget includes what it'll take to finish the story. The third mistake is not taking advantage of local programs and tax incentives. Detroit has some great buyer incentives, and most people don't even know about them or they find out too late. Let's talk facts. So there's the NEZ Neighborhood Enterprise Zone tax abatements that can save thousands over time. And now when I say thousands, you're saving approximately 70% on what your taxes would be if you purchase a home that qualifies for this. So you definitely want to make sure that the home qualifies, and especially make sure that you apply for the NEZ tax abatement before that time expires, because if you don't, then say bye-bye to all of that money. And then there are grants and down payment assistance programs through the city and local lenders. There are so many first-time homebuyer programs, especially in Detroit. And this is something you don't want to miss out on, because who wants to pass up on free money? I know I don't. And if you're wondering like, oh, how do I find out about this? This is why it's important to work with a lender who, not a lender, well, you do want to work with a lender. But what I really want to say is working with a realtor, someone like myself, who has good relationships with a lot of lenders, and they are able to connect you with those lenders so you don't miss out on any of these programs. Now, don't assume you make too much or too little. Some of these programs are based on the area and not your income, or they may have a higher income restriction than you expect. And this is why I recommend for people to reach out to multiple lenders and mortgage brokers so you are aware of your options and you can, in the beginning, determine who has the best program mortgage product for you. And that way, when you submit an offer, you're not scuffling and trying to figure out, oh gosh, what lender am I going to go to? You already know, and your paperwork is lined up before you make the offer. So again, the top three mistakes to avoid when buying in Detroit is falling for the house before you research the neighborhood, underestimating renovation costs and what that really will mean for you. And the last thing is skipping over programs and tax savings that can help you in the long term. Detroit has so many opportunities for you to take advantage of, whether that's finding your forever home, your first investment, or even purchasing a stylish condo downtown. But you want to make sure you're being smart with your purchase, and that comes down to more than just looks. It's about making informed, confident choices with the right support. If you're thinking about buying a home in Detroit, whether you're local or relocating, I love to help you do it the right way. I talk to buyers like you every week who want a home that feels like them without all the guesswork, surprises, or regret. So call or text me. My number is in the description below, or use the link in the description to get in touch. We'll talk through your goals and find a neighborhood and a home that actually fits you. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor, like this video and subscribe to my channel. Oh yeah, and I want to hear from you guys too. Have you ever toured a home in Detroit that surprised you, for better or worse? I'd love to hear all about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.